We laugh, we'll cry, we'll dance, we'll share your pain. Sometimes it rains, but now it's time to gain. Oh, the Debbion-Newman project, hosting conversations throughout the nation. You're keeping it locked, don't forget. Doing it together, now we'll take a step. If you watch the show, you'll know everything you need to know. No other can. #1 entertainment show. Subscribe to YouTube so you'll catch it while you're on the go. Where energies flow, building each other, so we gotta grow. Oh, the Debbion-Newman project, hosting conversations throughout the nation. You're keeping it locked, don't forget. Doing it together, now we'll take a step.
Welcome to the Debbion-Newman project. We're sponsored by the Reggae Hub, and we're happy that you found time for us today. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you. Thanks for having me.
No problem. So you are a recording artist, and you're known for songs like Prosperity, High Energy, and a host of other songs. What was it about music that drew you to it? And did you always know that you wanted to be an entertainer?
No, I didn't always know I wanted to be an entertainer. I don't know how I ended up here. But short story, when I migrated to the US, I met a guy by the name of Wayne Walker, who was managing artist at the time. And we became friends. And then one day we went to visit Deana-Rae. I never knew her at the time.
So, the strong one.
Before she went to Jamaica to fully pursue her music career. And when we left, I'm like, you know, he's telling me about her and stuff like that. And I'm like, well, I think I could do that. I was singing a little bit in Jamaica, but nothing too serious.
Casually.
Yeah. And then I just told him I could do it, and I sang. Me think me did I sing good, but unfortunately for me, one day he told me I was singing through my nose, and when I tell him it hurt my feelings really bad.
Oh, wow.
So I went into the bathroom. I was upset, but I went into the bathroom and I sang because I did my research. And they said, if you go in the bathroom and sing, your voice will bounce off and you'll see, you know, hear exactly how you sound. And I did. I'm like, oh, he's right. I'm singing through my nose for real. Yeah. So that's when I, you know, just became self-taught and trained myself and just got better over the years by recording and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. What were some of the methods that you used to make yourself better and prevent yourself from singing up in your nose? Because, you know, a lot of us feel like we can sing, because I can sing, trust me. When I'm in that bathroom by myself, there's nobody better than me. But there's someone out there, a young girl, who may be going through the same thing, but she don't want to accept it. What would you say to that young girl?
You have to, like I said, I did my researches, and they'll tell you you have to have proper breathing technique and stuff like that, and sing from the gut.
Mm-hmm.
That makes all the notes come out good. From you can do that, and and you get regular practice, your vocal cords, you work them out. You get better over time, unless you have a trainer, a vocal teacher that trains you. But, you know, I just learned by my mistakes and just keep it moving.
Mm-hmm. So moving on from that point, you being self-taught, at what point you recognize that, whoa, I sound different. I can actually do this. I'm really talented.
The day when I left out of the bathroom. I realized my mistake, and then, like I said, they'll tell you to suck the gut in and sing from the gut up, and you'll get the notes out clearly and properly. And then, you know, while you're recording in the studio, the engineer will tell you, you know, no, that don't sound good. You're not hit that note there. The note there too high. And that's how you become better. If nobody is telling me, like a lot of people want to have their own studio, in their own personal studio. I was encouraged many times to have it, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna let the experts deal with what they know, and I'll stick to my writing, my every little else, thing that I'm good at, but I don't want a studio for myself. I want my music to sound professional, so I just left it to the professionals.
Right. When you started doing music, because you had said this is not something that you had envisioned for yourself, how was breaking into the industry like for you? I mean, I've had several conversations with different women, and each of them have a different type of struggle. So with you trying to make your way into dancehall, what was that like for you?
I don't have the typical story. When I met Wayne would be like a Ramesh. He did everything. I was protected, everywhere we went together, he made sure everything was done by the book professionally and all of that stuff. You understand? So I really didn't have any struggles per se. I didn't have anybody to compete with. We just dealt with what did I deal with we. We just stay in our own lane and deal with our thing. You understand? I didn't go where I'm not wanted, where I'm not welcome. We just stick to business. And that was it.
How long do you feel as if it took you before you started making your name? Because you were Shana S at first, and then you rebranded, you changed your name to Suhvay.
Yeah.
So tell me about that journey. How did you move from Shana S to Suhvay, and what was that like for you?
I changed from Shana S because the name was causing me a bit of issue when it comes to promoting myself. There's cartoons out there that is, the name is copywritten, Shana S, Shana A, Shana this, they copyright everything. So when you look up Shana S, if you don't look me up on YouTube where I'm verified, or on Facebook, or then you won't, they take down the stuff, they delete the stuff from Google. Not to interfere with the person's name who is.
So personally for you, information that was there for you was being deleted. So
most
then there
of
was
the stuff was, they shove it way behind. So everything that came up on the first page of Google was the cartoon. And there was another Shana Wilson that sing gospel. She's verified and known. So that came up, and I was way around this, so around one part, around one place. So I'm like, this makes no sense, because nobody can find me. And then what they do is, when they search for me, they'll put a common S and a common S. And also, it's like being a man. So many name Shana S, but nobody thinks about that, So it was too complicated. So I'm like, you know what? I want to drop my EP. I worked with a lot of producers. That's where the hurdle was. Just to find somebody to believe in you and push you to the point where you become successful. People normally want to jump on board when you already do the hard work, when everything is easy, and then can just jump on when the work done. So going through that with several different producers, I'm putting in 100%, and them are putting 1%, and sometimes none, sometimes 50%, and sometimes less. I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I might be jumping the gun, but I produced my first single out of frustration. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I don't see any money coming in on ASCAP. I don't see nothing at all, no royalties, no this, no that. And I didn't know the business as much. So all of my stuff wasn't in order. And there was nobody to do that, because I stopped working with Wayne at the time. And I decided to just produce my own music. And then I did that under the Shana S music label. And then when I wanted to do my EP, I was struggling, because I'm like, I don't want to do this under the Shana S name. It makes no sense. When I promote, it goes nowhere. It falls on deaf ears, and my money's been wasted. So I just searched for the new name, and I just took a leap, and I just transitioned. And now, once you type in Suhvay, nobody else names about me. So I have all of the talent at the club for myself. When you search for me on Google, everything is there. I look like an artist now.
Right, you're right at the top. How long did you had the how long were you working with the name Shana S?
From 2000 and from 2000 and about two. From Jamaica. From Jamaica, I was working with it. I just didn't. I guess I officially used it when I put out the first single in 2003. So I'd say from 2003, it was established.
So you made a smarter choice. When people search for you, they can't find you. They find the cartoon character, the this, the that, the whatever. But this is your name and the name that you decided to come out with. But there are people out there, other entertainers out there who decide to fight. Like, I'm going to keep it one day, you know, I must reach up to this level or whatever. Do you believe that it's a smart idea to hold on to something that you know you can change and then build from?
In nothing in life, you're supposed to hold on to if it's not working, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a house where you mash down and you know, so you have to just break it down and rebuild. You just have to do it because you'd be fooling yourself to continue fighting something that's not working. So for me, it was an easy choice. I had nothing to lose because I had lost enough already, you know, so I just did it and it worked. As simple as that.
It's always interesting talking to you because you have this spirit where you, if it's not necessary to hold on to, then you're not gonna hold on to it. If it's not worth your time, then you're not going to spend time on it. Do you believe that that spirit is what is making you as successful as you are?
I would say it's making me make strides because I've seen a lot more improvements since I've changed my name. So within a year of putting everything in place, I sit every day and I'm like, okay, when is the next musical platform going to show up under my name? I mean, it's exciting to see everything just falling in place one by one. So it's like I'm starting all over again. I'm not getting any younger, but I learned the business a little bit more. I'm more cautious when it comes to working with people. I don't want to waste my time. I'm not going to record a bunch of songs with people and have them have it until them select me and top now go on and them throw it out there. I control everything. I control everything now. I manage the manager. Okay? Because nothing gonna go the wrong way for me no more. And if it go left, it doesn't have a big impact on me, a big negative impact. You understand? I just take the last move on. So it was easy. It was an easy choice.
Social media is everything to us right now. That is how we get our information out. That's how we see other things. But there is something that's very typical in dancehall and sometimes reggae, where entertainers feel as if feuding is the hit thing, and if I feud with him, I'm going to mega boss. If I feud with her, I'm going to boss. What do you feel? How do you feel about that?
Scenario. One time a publicist approached me and was like, what do you think about going and sing and clashing? And I turned her down immediately. I'm like, that's not me. I'm not coming out of the music business to fight. I'm here to sing. You understand? And first of all, I can't just go trouble people when they trouble me. Because if you trouble me, I kill everything. The dog, the rat, mother, father, not off limit. So I can't, like, when it comes to arguments, my mouth not set a good place. So I'm not, at the end of the day, I just can't. I can't, because I'm gonna say when I really feel like me, I'm gonna do what I really think you are going to, you know, have happen to you. And that me I gonna say. So at the end of the day, I'm going to incriminate myself. So I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I'm not gonna pick up with anybody. At the end of the day, I wouldn't stray away from it, but it's not something where, like, oh, artists get up, female artists get up and just go throw a word by other artists. I mean, I don't see what sense, you know, it make at the end of the day. It makes no sense. There's nothing to gain from it unless it's like a sting where the two want to probably get something on a pocket and you leave it there, but don't take it off of the stage. But for me, me not the clashing thing. That's enough for me.
So let me ask you, if a girl trouble you, and say certain things lyrically, would you respond?
You hear me say nothing good not come out of my mouth? I definitely would respond, but
Mm-hmm.
in these times, you can say stuff and people take it to another level, and then a
Yeah.
physical. Because I've heard artists say things where me don't know how I'm gonna deal with that. Female and female a clash, and them say certain things. Right there, so me a fly on a plane go Jamaica and a war. Anywhere you there, me a find you. It just not gonna stop right there. So I can't, like, so me not get caught up in other something there. Because disrespecting, it not really go well with me. Me go from 0 to 100 real quick, and me small. You understand? So nobody feels like I go punch and fight with nobody. Me's not a kickboxer.
Mm-hmm.
I stay out of the foolishness. It's not for me. I don't need it. I do music. I don't do drama. I'm not in them something. I don't need that to sell my music. If you hear it, you hear it, and if you don't, you don't. Simple.
Right. You being as grounded as you are, do you have a message for any of these upcoming females who feel like, listen, and this are the it thing, I'm gonna trouble survey, I'm gonna put it out there on the internet and see the girl have to answer me, or I'm gonna trouble a Pampute or Aishana? What would you say to that young artist?
Go back and look at the results from Aishana and DI. Don't do it. No trouble when no trouble, because most of the time people take up with them can't manage.
Yes.
And people will hurt your feelings.
Yes.
If you're a clash artist, music gone left this a long time. I mean, Sting might come back at the end of the day, but you never really, it wasn't dominated by women clashing each other. It was mainly dominated by males.
Yeah.
You understand? So, I mean, I think we have more to say as women and more to put forth as women than the whole heap of drama. I mean, in America, you do, most of the artists do business. People are trying to stay away from the fighting and all of this stuff. It doesn't make any money. Our money we are defend. Don't make the money. It's far from
real. That. All right, defending the money. There is women, right, in dancehall, and not just dancehall, women in general. Sometimes we don't like to work with each other. How open are you to working with other females, and have you done so already?
I've had people contacted me and asked me to do stuff, and I just did it. I did it. Mainly male contact me. I don't know what is it with women that they don't want to collab with each other. And sometimes the voices are similar. Sometimes you need something to be a contrast. Like, it's not every male DJ or singer I'm gonna do songs with. I've turned on many people, although nobody don't know me. They turned on enough people. Okay. But the vibe has to be right at the end of the day. You know? Some people might feel that it's not good for their brand. And the song would have to make sense for you to really go do a song with another female. If you're a singer and a rapper, good. A singer and a DJ, good. But
two singers, no.
Singer. I mean, it's, you know, it has to make sense.
Understood. Tell me about the first time you touch a stage show and you rip it apart.
Rip it? You mean you beat them to the knock and a blue like drum?
You beat them up bad. Tell me about it.
The first time, listen, I'm not going to put on anything I'm not here to pretty up anything. It's not easy to go out there and perform the first time, and it still isn't. All right? You have to have support. You have to have team. You have to have cheerleaders. I mean, kudos to you if you have it, because if you're at that stage, that means you have somebody behind you working. You know, somebody that's there to motivate you and stuff like that and pump you up to go on stage and all of that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
But the first time I took a mic, my knee them a lick like kete drum. Like I was so
You're trembling.
I was so nervous. Luckily, I was around more subtle because Jamaican people are really patient when it come on to you expressing yourself, especially in a dancehall crowd. You will get the booze and the come off of the stage and the rare when other people will give you a chance and let you build up. So luckily for me, I performed at a party in Fort Lauderdale in a club, and it was mainly Rastafarians, okay? So they were more forgiving, and they allowed me to just shine.
Ease into your performance.
And it was nice. And there's other times when you go up there and nerves lick you, like things that work out, you know, like the DJ maybe throw you off with how they're mixing and stuff like that. And if there's no, sometimes you don't have time to rehearse, and some people them and know them want to mix the song, and the chemistry is just not there. So you're not gonna have a good day or a good performance all the time. You just gotta be prepared for anything. It's just so the game go. You have to be prepared for anything. You can't just walk off of the stage, you just have to do it. You know? So, you know, it's a learning lesson in every process. It doesn't stop. Right. You learn something new every time you perform. You learn that you could do something better, sing a note a little better, engage with the crowd a little better. It's a learning process. It doesn't stop.
Right. Being an artist, who would you consider to be some of your musical influences that you've been watching all of these years, and you probably get inspiration from them with writing, performing, anything that has to do with entertainment? Who are those people?
People might think it might sound ignorant or egotistical, but I didn't come into music business because I idolized any artist. I started because of the management. And I thought I could do it, and I just did it. I didn't listen to any artists. That is the reason why my sound, people say I sound like Tanya Stephens, but I think it's because I write from a real place, and that's what they associate me with. Not necessarily that I sound like her. You understand?
I think it's your storytelling element, because when I listen to you, I get the same thing, a Tanya Stephens kind of vibe. Not that I think that you're trying to be like her, but more like I feel like naturally it just appears that way because of that storytelling element.
Yeah. That's who they associate me with most of the time, based on my songs. But I never listened. I never really listened to Tanya Stephens like growing up. My favorite song in school was "Oh Wata Waka Pumpkin Belly." That was my favorite song. And then "She Doesn't Want Me Around" by Barrington Levy. Those were my two favorite songs. I didn't have, and then here and there, you know, like I'd hear my uncle play on Sundays and stuff like that, but nothing stuck in my head. And then two songs they really like. So I didn't really look up to anybody. But I think it was in, I don't know if it's 2017 or 2018. I was watching YouTube, and a video came up with Lady Saw. She was on stage and she was singing. You know, so Lady Saw sing mainly grown up topics. And she was singing. She not dressy. She's not the type of artist that dress up most of the time. She just come as she is, and she's comfortable. But she was singing, and there was this girl, this little curly-haired girl, light skin a bit, in the crowd. And she was just rocking, and I'm like, damn, like, to have that power to move a child like that, to just sink in your music, that's when Lady Saw captured me. I didn't care for anything, no, and I wasn't into her music or anything. I heard it, but it wasn't something that I'm like, oh damn, I love Lady Saw. It was from then. I'm like, yo, music is powerful. So it was from then I started looking at her differently from that performance, not because of her other song or anything. And then I started to love the way how she articulates herself when she's speaking. You know, she carries herself like a lady. Even on stage, she just be herself. She's not trying to be anybody else, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
She's just real. And I like that about her. She not chaka chaka, she not rare. She can transform different stroke for different folks. You understand me? You go out in the world and them say dance a yard before you dance abroad.
Broad, right.
Can fit in anywhere, and that's what I like about her. And to me, at the end of the day, Jamaica, we say out of many one people. And that's a big wide circle of different type of people mix up. So to me, for her, as the former dancehall queen, although people say she still is a dancehall queen, there's a lot for you to look up to when it comes to being the dancehall queen of Jamaica's music. There's something there for you to look and say, all right, this is a blueprint I can follow. She's been coming from a far way, and she's still here doing music, whether it's gospel or not, she's still doing music. So there's a lot to learn from her, not just one thing, not just one song. You know, she transcends, crossover, flourish. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot right there you can learn when you're doing music. I mean, I really study people music. Even like sometimes people will send stuff to me and I'm writing, I don't listen. I don't want any influence from anybody else. I don't want to sound, I don't want to use any words. And so I write and then I listen. So me not try to sound like nobody else. I just sing. You know?
Your ability to write, right? How do you write music? How do you get the, how should I say no, like the inspiration to write? Are you like some people who have to lock off the entire house, or you're locked down for 7 days because you're trying to get your head right and you don't want any form of interference? How does it work for you?
I just sing. The way I don't write on paper anymore. I'll get a rhythm, and I don't like to fight with a beat. If I don't hear anything in it when I like, and I'm like, it gives me a little melody that I can say, all right, then come over, baby, come touch me. If I don't hear anything that I can start singing, I'm like, all right, I'll left that for later and go back to it. But the beat is still in my head, and I'll just be sweeping around the house, and then we just start singing. And I just naturally. I just record. I don't write anymore. I just record on my phone in my voice note, and the song done. That's it. You know, it comes natural, because trust me, more than once I'll be like, all right, then, you know, I'll come out of the music stuff, man. I just leave it alone because I have other passions. But I realize that I can balance and do both if I want to. And then whenever it's in my head that I want to start doing music, then a producer called me, an artist called me, and I'm right back to it again. I'm like, why don't you leave me alone, music? You know, it just won't go away. So I'm just going with the flow and just sing.
What are some of the reasons that would make you consider leaving?
Scenarios like with the producers. Sometimes you feel like you're not getting anywhere. And sometimes when people are in control of your art and you are not, it tends to want to derail you mentally, physically, because they don't know what to do with you. So that's the reason why I took control of my music, of my craft, my creativity, and I just got my own pace. I'm not signed to anybody. Nobody not spend no money for me. I spend my own funds and back myself. So I work at my own pace, and I'm more comfortable at the end of the day. And I'm not saying I leave anymore. If I feel like I want to stop, I just stop. I have nothing to complain about, because I'm doing me. And whatever I'm doing, it's because I want to do it. I'm happy doing it at the end of the day. And if I stop, it's just time.
Yeah.
I'm moving on to something else.
No strings attached. If you want to leave, you leave. And if you want to stay, you stay.
I don't owe anybody anything.
Wow. The song Prosperity, to me, every time I listen to it, it always sounds like a prayer. You know? Where is that song coming from? Is it coming from personal experiences? And if you're willing to share, what type of experiences would that be coming from?
COVID.
Yeah.
Things started to slow down, and in everything, whether you're rich or you're poor, if you have a business, not poor, but you know, middle class, whatever. If you're a working class person, I should say, or you own a business, one thing slow down and you're not sure as to how the bills are gonna pay tomorrow, where the food is coming from. I mean, the only thing I could think of, you know, in that instance is just praying. And I do it in a way where, because I write my music where guys can relate to it. I don't really, most of my music is not geared to just women. And maybe that's why they don't take onto my music like that, because more of my fans are males. But it's just common sense stuff that I write from a realistic place, and women go through this too, but maybe they might hear more about hot body tech man and them sitting there and them rare. So I gear to more of a older crowd, you know? So whatever I'm singing, people can relate to it that are going through real factual problems.
Yeah.
So it was just the struggle of seeing everybody else, you know, I wake up and I give thanks. I'm like, damn, like some people, no money not coming, but I still have something coming in, or not coming in for me, but I'm not dead. There are millions of people out there that have died, and you know, so I just sang and I just spoke to the Lord. And I'm like, somebody else is gonna be able to relate to this, but it was coming from a real place of just seeing everything going on.
For you, on a personal note, where COVID is concerned, how did that affect you personally, holistically? How did that mess with your personality? Did you find yourself at times maybe feeling a little bit down or heading close to depression because of everything that was happening? And then when it first hit, we knew nothing, because some people saying this and some people saying that. So we were basically in the unknown. How did it make you feel?
I was in the middle of it because I was seeing people around me die, being drained by this thing down to skin and bone. And that part of it was just seeing somebody that you know go through that. That was the hardest. Everything else is just life. I mean, there's nothing you can do about somebody else's loved one dying. You just hope it's not your family member. You hope it's not, and thank the Lord, nobody under my roof has gotten COVID. But the most it affected me was just watching somebody that I know go through it. It wasn't easy. And then the fact that that person took all the precautions, and as soon as things opened up back for us to go back out and mingle, that's when he got it, you know?
Wow.
So you never know. You never know at the end of the day, and then it comes as a surprise. So that was hard. But other than that, you know, I mean, I've had loved ones pass, and it's still not easy at the end of the day. But you're home and you're on television. You just hope you're watching television. I mean, and you just hope the tragedy doesn't come under your roof.
Yeah.
And just pray and keep it moving.
When it first hit, did you got anxiety trying to keep away from people, buying up the toilet papers, water? You know how people got this scare and Walmart was being sold out, was running out of items. Did it make you that scared?
I wasn't scared. Like I said, if you stay in the know and you keep up with what's going on, you listen and you take precautions. So they're like, all right, and guys, get up toilet paper. I mean, at one time you couldn't find toilet paper.
No, you couldn't.
You know? And when I found it, I was buying a whole lot. Water, like everything. It's just like a hurricane. I mean, I grew up in Jamaica. I went through Hurricane Gilbert. We weren't prepared. We weren't prepared at all for Hurricane Gilbert. A tree dropped in our grandmother's house. We were trapped in there because the windows and the doors couldn't open. It was a board house, you know? That was not being prepared. Here, we still have a hurricane, and we go through this process where we have to run all over the place every minute to get water, board up this and that and that. So it was just another different scenario. you know?
Yeah, growing up in Jamaica would have already prepared you for stuff like this.
Now people will prepare, but back in the days.
Not yet, right. Back in the day, you've seen so much, so you feel like that prepared you for what is happening now, or maybe what is to come, because we never got that scare where we feel like, so we have to run out and we have to get this quick, and but we did try to keep the kids to a certain distance in the sense of, oh, you can't really go outside and play anymore and mingle with a whole bunch of people. They couldn't understand, but that's the best that we could do for them at the time. But the run up and down and behave crazy and stuff like that, we weren't into it. You understand? I think that's one of the reasons why it happened or is happening, and we still keep going. We kept on creating and never stopped. Prosperity came out of COVID, but what else came out of COVID for you in terms of music?
Learning to know that I need to save, and save, because you never
right.
You never know what to go a whole year and not have income coming in. You have to have money somewhere to survive.
Yes, for real.
And I think a lot of people wasn't prepared, myself included. But for some reason, I'm like, I just know how to. I'm not per se book smart, I'm street smart. So at the end of the day, I tried to just, if A no work out, we just jump to B and just make it work. I have no time to sit down and complain. I have 2 kids, like, them grown out and everything. But at the end of the day, I still got to make sure I'm the head of the household. So I got to make sure they're good. So I have no time to sit down and weep and bawl and even if something happened to me, I still got to find a way to make sure they're good. So, life goes on.
Moving forward, I know there's lots more for you to accomplish in music. If you choose to stay, there's lots more for you to accomplish. But what do you feel is your biggest accomplishment so far?
In music?
Yeah.
Well, I have, just to me, just to start out in 2003. Mm-hmm. And when I started out, there was Macadam and the Rhythm, Vibes Cartel, Bounty Killer, like a whole host of big artists on the Rhythm.
What rhythm was that at the time?
Top Speed Rhythm. Mm-hmm. And at that time, my name was changed by Danger Zone, the famous Danger Zone record, by to the name of Sexy S. So I have one song with the name Sexy S. I'm like, I don't like this. I'm going back to Shana S, right? So that song, Now Back Down, was released on the Top Speed Rhythm, produced by DeMarco under the name Sexy S. Mm-hmm. But I think just coming from there, and I'm still here doing music, that's a big accomplishment for me. I'm still here going on rhythms with the same artists them today. But I think the most emotional moment for me would be a song that I have called Happy Life that I did under the Shana S name. And then I decided I want to do a remix, and I did a remix with Young Bally, who's a local rapper here in Miami. And another one of my friends, an engineer, Real McCoy, who's a dancehall reggae / DJ. And the project just took off when I did the remix. And because I was the person who came up with, the idea, who I wanted on it, what I wanted it to sound like, it was, and I see it crossing over into England, and then it was on Johnny Wonder's What DJs Are Picking chart, with Popcorn being #1, My Song being #2, and Cartel being #3. And I was the only woman at that time for that lineup on the chart. And I was out at the dentist and I just got emotional. I'm like, oh my God. That was just another thing that propelled me and inspired me to go on doing music, because I'm like, you know what I do?
Yeah.
So that was I think the most emotional moment for me, but it was just for 24 hours and then I start going again. I don't stop to rejoice. It's an accomplishment, but it wasn't anything for me to stop and brag about all week, all month. You know, I just kept it moving and just keep doing my music.
How do you prevent yourself? How do you bring yourself down from that high? Because a lot of times people in entertainment, something happens for them that is considered to be major, but then the head swell and you have a problem bringing yourself back down because you feel like you reach now. How do you bring yourself back down?
I come from country, as the town people them would say, right? I come from humble beginnings. My mother's side per se, and then my father's side is a different thing. You know, we get a lot of pretty stuff, them foreign sit them over there, so and you know. So I had both of, I would say, just natural love from my mom's side of family. I went to bush with my grandmother, bush with my grandfather. I grew up seeing natural love and just working with what we had, you know. I spent time with my grandmother in our 1-bedroom board house, and even like the song I have, Mama Don't Worry, that I did for my mother and one of my, my siblings, just to encourage him, to let him know that things will get better, because I'm going to make sure I do what I have to do to help out and make sure the family is all up. You get me? It's just, I think it's just remembering where you're coming from.
It keeps you humble.
And I've been around people with money and them not make nothing about them. And you couldn't tell that they have anything. They're not show off. Them not have the blingiest of things. Them not have the prettiest of car, but them have their money. You know, so I learned to be humble from people who have more than me. You know, so nothing really flapping on my head. I'm not easily impressed by people. You have to personally, at the end of the day, interact with me for me to say, yeah, this person is cool. You know, I'm not gonna see her fly up all over. Like when the studio that I go to, the engineer told me one time that he rate me. He say, you're the only female artist come on here when I'm frightened for artists. Wow. You know, I give people their space. Me not run go look the autograph. Me not run go do this. I give people their space. Sometimes I'm coming and just want to unwind, and I just sit there like a doorknob. You know, I just mind my own business, and that's some mistake. I really chat up to people like that. I mean, nothing would have said me going like show off. You know, you show off me. You know? I'm like, no, I just like my own space, and I don't like to bother people. It's not that I just some mistake I can't change. You know, right. So it comes with everything else. I celebrate. I'm happy, and I move on, because there's still work to be done. Me not have no time to sit down and waste time and brag over something we're done. It happened and it gone already. What else? I can't sit down and say, oh, you know, say that didn't happen. We're from back. So what? Somebody asked me, so what do you do now? What me know?
What's next? Right.
You know, so I have to keep working. Celebrate and move on.
Oh, wow. You're actually the second person that I'm having a similar discussion with. I remember years ago, I was talking to Beanie Man, and someone asked him the question, how does he maintain his relevance? And he said something to the effect that people think him boss, but every day he's still looking for his boss or his next boss. So all you looking at him and say, oh, Beanie Man this and him win him Grammy and whatever, in his head, him not boss yet. And he's trying to find out that thing where go boss him. So him just keep on going.
And although one thing with Beanie Man, like he's one of the artists that I would point people to, meaning artists, another artist. Beanie Man carries himself exceptional from the day I know him doing music. He has never changed. His image is impeccable. He's always clean, neat, and tidy. He knows what it means to be an artist. but yet still he's so down to earth. You know, he mix with everybody, mingle with everybody. You know, he's just like one of us Jamaicans. He not care himself like he's exclusive where nobody can reach
And
him.
Mr. Boasty, him don't do that. He's just like one of us.
Yeah, he's humble, and I mean, it's a lot for artists to like. He's special when it comes to music because he's been doing this a long time. And although sometimes, you know, the younger generation and the younger artists, then they try to size up with people and be disrespectful at the end of the day. But I think Beenie Man has held such a long run in the music business. Like he's a icon. He's something that Jamaica should hold up at the end of the day on a pedestal, including Sean Paul, that they don't give their, he doesn't get his props. He does a lot internationally as well. The numbers that Sean Paul make, most of the artists them put together in Jamaica not making those kind of numbers.
Yes.
You know, but they
right.
don't get their roses. And I wish if people would just respect them the same way how they respect other international artists, because there's so many international artists that look up to Beenie Man, you know, that hold him at high standard. But we Jamaicans, we just have a short attention span. Them big you up today, and once they feel like you reach them, just drop you and move on to the next artist. So at the end of the day, if people don't know this, when they come into the music business, just humble yourself, do your work, and keep it moving. Because the day they'll come with them, I'll kick it to the side too. They don't care.
Right.
Nobody is too big in Jamaica for them to let you go your mother. They don't care. You and them up on the same level from your Jamaican. You ain't nobody special. Once you make them, you know? So I think it's just this thing that all of us, I think me do it too, you know, because I go on an interview in New York and they were saying something about Jamaicans and other islands. You know, no, they were asking me, so do you do any other music away from dancehall? And I'm like, why would I? I'm a Jamaican. I'm not a rapper. You understand? Me not born in the US. I'm not into that culture at the end of the day. I like the music, but I'm Jamaican. And anywhere we go, people know say me a Jamaican. I get respect anywhere we go. As soon as they hear the accent, wow, one. I'm like, we're special, we're stars. Like, ultimately, we're a star. So why do I want to go rap? I don't want to be a rapper. I'm not American. I don't want to be a rapper. No, I don't want to be a rapper. A Jamaica me represented, and that me I gonna do for the rest of my life. Right? When you hear me on a R&B rhythm or a rap rhythm, I'm here chop the dancehall. Yo, that's magic. It just sounds so wicked. Why would I want to change my attitude? Me no shouldn't see ya. Me no want to rap. Change a rapper. I just come here represent because a lot of females, there's not a lot of females out there representing Jamaica. I realize that the new, and everybody entitled to do what they want. One thing I like about Quincy, as I mentioned her name, she never come out and fake it to make it. Meaning she came out and she said she wanted to be international. She see her body flat and she want to put on bottom and she can do it. Yeah. She said it's an interview. She tell you exactly what she's gonna do and she do it. She tell her manager what she want to be and the manager make it come true and they're successful at doing it. So I can't, you know, have nothing but respect for that person. She not come out and fake and be this and pretend to be. She talk what she want to do and that she do. You understand me? So I can't find that to be any problem, but I'm not a rapper. I want to do dancehall music. I love to hear it. I want to sing reggae. I love to hear it. That's what makes me special. I'm from Jamaica. That's what makes me special. And I'm not going to lose my identity for nobody or no type of money.
Speaking like a true boss, which is why I heard that song that I've been playing for, I think I played it last week and I've been playing it ever since. By Suhvay, Boss. I don't know if I should say the rest. Yes, the true boss chick. Tell me about that song and how it came about.
I got acquainted with this producer from Atlanta, Rabbit, and he has a record label called Jamaicans for Life, and he sent me a few tracks. And I never really liked them. So one day he messaged me on WhatsApp and he was like, you know, some send some, I'm not hearing nothing. I said, but I never like them there. And he must say, I'm going to send it somewhere. So he did, and that me hear the track I say, basket came down and tell her, cash me flow like melty cheddar. Check to say, no time to follow me, no. Back down me pop tag and color. You know, see, no get, but you know what? Something. The way all that come about, I think there's this spirit in me where it just come out no matter what. There's this person in me where just come out no matter what. I don't have an alter ego because the same person you get on stage is the same person you're getting at, you know, in person. When I get off, I am kind, I am respectful, you know, I just me. I'm not trying to pretend to be nothing else. I don't need to. But something happened and I felt like I needed to make something clear to somebody. You understand? So when I hear the track, I say, yeah, you know what, this mega put panic, because I was very heated. I was very heated to the point where I was gonna say something publicly, but I'm glad me never have to say nothing at the end of the day, and I don't wish anybody nothing when it comes to them downfall or them tribulations or them trials. But sometimes you just let the universe handle things. And I was surprised when me hear said it's Maddie and this and that recently and Ray, blah, blah. So as we can say, female don't need to fight not other female at the end of the day or try to dim not other female like for them to shine brighter. Some female artists are very ignorant and disrespectful at the end of the day for no reason. And I'm happy I can keep myself out of that. And maybe that's how some of the female artists then feel too. You know, it's like you can't win with these women. Everything, it has to be a brawl or a competition with them. And the man them not do that. If the man them catch up today, then make up back tomorrow because of business. You know? Keep it business and keep it moving. Y'all don't sleep in the same house. You know? You just do what is right for the culture and keep it moving. So it's something that happened why I really sing that song. And I had to make something clear. You know, I mean, spend my own money. No boy, no man.
Tell me what happened.
I don't want to call the name because I don't want no fear of my neck. Because he was the one that said to me, you know, just leave people to time. Nobody said not, just make everything. And trust me, if it was that person that I did that to, I don't think that she would have kept her big ass mouth shut. Okay? Because she's very loud on the internet. Very loud. Very loud. Right now, she loud, but she can't talk. She can't say nothing. She can't say nothing. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I just had to make a statement with that song. So now when she see she knows that she me attack. I mean, you can't just go around and disrespect people and do things. Oh, people not trouble you, you know? And there's no reason for you to go around. And this is somebody that I actually liked. And when I met the person, I actually liked her from what I saw on the internet and stuff like that. But then
this is someone also in the musical industry?
Yes. And when she tried to disrespect me publicly, I realized why she has so much issues with other people. You know, you can't just do that to people. You can't just do that to people, especially when somebody came out at the end of the day to see me perform and you try to dim my light, you know? And I'm like, this, sometimes I wonder if the music something out for me because it just makes you want to be in a war with them all the time. It's like, and it shouldn't be like that. So when me left the event, but just unfollow her because I was following her. But just unfollow her because I want to make it clear, say, me not in nothing with you. Me don't want to come around no more. Like y'all are negative. Y'all are negative and disrespectful at the end of the day, you know. So me just unfollow and just keep it moving. And me say what me have to say. I put up a caption and I said, you know, there's no reason for another woman to dim another woman's light for hers to shine brighter. And she click like on it.
So didn't she recognize that you unfollowed her?
I'm sure she did. She just unfollowed me 2 days ago before I mix up and all of them something here come out. You know, so I never share her manager. So yeah.
Feel like me know who now.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this is somebody that I really like. I was cheering for her, you know, with all the crap that she was going through when I didn't know her because of music. I know her because of mix up. So when she get her first song, I was rooting for her because our friend did a rip her apart on the internet. And I'm like, I don't think when you fall out with a friend, they should use personal stuff that you tell them against you. So I was on her side. But then when she disrespect me now for no reason, and people coming at the event to see me as well. No, I just don't, I mean, not have the time. And the problem is 2 years ago, I start cut, delete, dash your number. I don't have the time to argue with nobody. I just leave. So I'm glad say, you know, I can produce my own things, do my own things at my own time. I'm not for them people's space. I don't want to go back where I'm not welcome. And that's what a lot of probably people can't deal with. And sometimes they have no choice. So then keep going back and then they have stuff to keep complaining about the same person. No, I got one issue with that person and that's it. I'm gonna move on. Simple as that. I see it there. I don't know if it's karma or what the hell the case is be, or maybe something catch up, but me keep my mouth shut.
You don't have to ball out.
The universe work. Nah, my wallet.
Whee! I think I know, but let's leave it there. So they don't need to ball out. The universe will take care of it.
Wish them all the best, you know, because you know, I see nobody downfall, but sometimes when I see people true character, you can't be you're like shocked, like this is the way you really are. No, man, no, people feel better. That's all.
But that is the thing. We have a lot of talented women out there, but they're so fearful sometimes when it comes on to entering the industry full on because of all the stories that they've heard over the years. You happen to be one of the ladies who decided to stay clear from the passa and the mix-up because you found a way. You educate yourself about the music. You don't need a whole bunch of people to get your thing done because you're organized. So for those young women who are trying to set foot forward into the industry, what would you say to them is the key to just coming out of business, do your thing and stay away from the passa, the same way you're doing it right now?
You just said you just said it just now. I think you got to make sure this is what you really want to do because it can be stressful, especially if you don't have income coming from nowhere and you have to depend on other people. Because sometimes when people pull the rug from underneath you, that's it. That's what I've seen it happen to many female artists. There's artists that I thought were in the business that were doing way better than I am, that had more support, had more exposure. And you see them just take for themselves just like that. And yet then you hear them say, oh, you know, this never did go good or that never did go good. And I'm like, really? You know, so it's, you got to, first of all, you got to make sure this is what you want. Music is something you got to make sure so you can afford. It's not cheap. I always tell people it's a business. Whether them say you want to pay for play or you want this or that, nothing is free. Like everybody out here wanted to, you're the Jamaican, come out and me out here. Everybody out here, no one do not pay for free. Yes. You ask them to call them name or give a shout out, them want $50, them want $100, them want this, them want that. Nobody is doing the music genuinely anymore. It's all about a business. And that's why most of the people that are really talented and really have good songs out there, they fall below the radar. Nobody not hear about them because at the end of the day, it's the people who are paying to stay on top. Yeah, see, even when their music is crap, you know? So first, make sure music is something you want to do. Secondly, make sure you can afford it. Hopefully you have somebody that's very supportive, that's educated, that can represent you well at the end of the day. And practice, practice, practice. Sing, 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 and write.
Yeah.
Make sure you have good characteristics. I mean, people can be egotistical because we all have our own character and our own image. But not just go around and disrespect nobody. It's not worth it. It doesn't make any sense to have enemies in the music industry. Not gonna help you first of all. And if you're a smaller entity, yeah, sometimes them blackball you. Them no want to on a show we did and them no want this and no want that. So not meaning you should come in and kiss anybody, but because I don't. You know? But just sort out yourself properly and make sure all the ducks are in a row. In order.
5 words to describe who Suhvay is.
5. Independent, first of all, because I'm a boss.
Without a doubt.
Independent, hardworking. I'm very jovial, very funny. Like there's all of my friends, when they're around me, I feel laugh them head off. I'm very funny. I'm a Sagittarius. How much that? 3?
3, yeah.
I'm very confident in whether people think I'm ugly or people think I'm manga or whatever. When I step through the door, you know more than me. Sorry.
You know more than me. Not at all.
I'm very confident and I'm a mommy, and I'm not the typical, I'm not gonna say typical, okay? I believe single mothers out here, but I ride hard for mine and I don't wait on anybody to give financially or physical support or whatever. I take care of my boys. I have 2 boys and I take care of them. One of them, they can't kick him out now and the police them can't do me up. The law can't do me up. Him can't go on, But yeah, but that's one thing that I want to say also to, I mean, I guess people say to each our own or each his own, but women always think that they're entitled or feel entitled to whatever, everything a man has once the man get them pregnant. A people business, but me I go say, if you cannot afford a child, don't have one. Simple as that. Because there's no way you should sit. I left from 5-7 to reach this, but yeah, I'm still going at it. There's no reason why you should go and willingly have a kid with somebody. You make up your own mind, say, I go do this, and you know you can get pregnant, and in a tech set by one person to take care of the child where you help to bring here. You're putting half of the effort to make the child come here, right? You bear the pain for 9 months, and then if the father not want to do nothing either, it no work like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to make sure so you can afford that child before you have one. So all of the young mothers them out there, women nowadays now really have whole heap of pitney like back in the days. Women want to travel, they want to go cock up in Dubai, they want to Paris, they want to the girl them smart now, the girl them get independent now. So I would just want to encourage young women to live your life. Nobody rush about you want to be no mother. Right now, the man them do them thing. The girl them out here act and them nasty one girl food. Okay. So no matter
too many to choose from.
No matter what them do at the end of the day, no matter what you think you're hot, the man them still will stray. It's just the facts of life. So make sure you take care of you first. Yeah, you girl. Take care. Hey.
You girl, take care of yourself. Since you touched that point, I want to ask you something. And it's within everything that you're saying right now. Yeah. But let's say you're younger and you have a boyfriend and you have a little suspicion that the boyfriend is cheating on you. What are your views on searching his phone?
I've never searched a man's phone. But try one time. I don't know. If I want to sing that, I don't know if something, but the Jamaican man, them skill. By the time you push out my hand to go take the phone, I think I was just being mischievous because I don't know why I didn't want to, because I've never searched a man's phone before. But that one time that I decided I was going to do it, I must stretch out me and he just roll over on the phone.
He was sleeping, so you were about to make a little move. And him just
Yes, and
roll
he just
over the
roll
phone.
over. So me I say, man, I think they really are so. I don't know if it's see me or what, so you know, I'm gonna try that again. I didn't try that again, but as I said before, I was married to my eldest son's dad, and me around. I run down, girl I pass my yard and me I run and she a ride past quick like you see and bolt on bicycle. You know, as small as I am, but you know, it's not worth it. It not make no sense to go for the next woman because no matter what we do, from the man then decides that them a go bad, them a go bad. You just gotta make sure you know who you. So I learned my lesson from 2 incidents. When I look at them, say me is booty 2 shoes or whatever, cause me crabbe when it come on to that time there, right? But I learned my lesson and I realized it doesn't make any sense to go for another woman because of a man. Because then we shame you. Then we make you feel like I'll go and go kill yourself at the end of the day. When you put time in them and then just because then you shame them, then choose the other woman and just left your brap and gone, just like that. You know?
After you don't kill up yourself.
In a relationship with them for all long. Some of them will just turn and just go do what they do. So I would encourage women to just make sure when you go in a relationship, know the person. Because me, and people still find out things, you know. And this is things something that I realize that people are doing now. Them are run up, jump up in a relationship. They want relationships so bad, like they think it's something special for them when another woman is single and I live fair life and probably not have no man beside her. Me love to roll up on my bed and have the big old space over there. So I prefer to live a single life. Yes, I have somebody, but me love my space. I don't know when I got the time come, I'm gonna say I want somebody under the same roof as me. I'm just different. It's not for everybody. Some people just cannot stay single. Them left out of one relationship and as the man gone, them jump in another one. There's no time to heal. There's nothing. Them looking at themselves and say, you know what, let me uplift me. Let me put some time in me. Go make some money and do me, you know, self-love. There's not time for that at the end of the day. So I would just encourage women. Now put your all into man. If you want to do it, that's your business, but put your all into you. Put your all into you. There's so much places out there. The world big. God never make Jamaica alone. He never make foreign alone. He never make Europe alone. He never make Africa alone. There's so much out there for you to see and experience as a woman, as a young woman, as a young man. Because you can't left them out neither. You know? Right. You can't left them out neither. So there's so much out there for you to experience. And what I've learned is the more experience you have, the better it is when you get to an older age. It helps. It's therapy. It's therapy. You have things to laugh about with your family. You have things to remember. If you can't move, you know, there's things that you can look back and say, damn, I'm happy I did this. I had fun. You know, it was a good time. Just imagine you jump in a relationship. You did they have pitney with this person. You did it for how long, much years. They're never gonna away yet. No, you never go, and people are coming to tell us, wow, you know, so I'm go over Paris and it's nice. I drank tea, I ate crumpet over England. And,
and then you're feeling left out because you never gave yourself the chance to go and explore. You wanted the relationship first. I agree with that, but I'm not saying a lie. I've searched a couple. And there's no shame in my game. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
Because there are times when people are in relationships and the man cheats without respect for the person he considers to be his right out woman or his wife. So in his disrespect, the side girl, she knows exactly who you are. She knows where you work. She knows your name.
All the while them do that.
All the while, and you know nothing about this person. So what about your safety as a human being? Because the side chick, I'm going about my regular business, and I don't know that this girl have a problem with me. Next thing me hear girl a true word. Next thing girl touch me. You understand? But if I search and I find, then that puts me in the position to also be in the know. And once I am in the know, then I can now make the decision to stay and keep up with the foolishness, or move on with my life and let side chick have him.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how I feel. And I don't feel like it makes me any less than a woman because I want to know. Because if you ask John Suhvay, John not going to tell you the truth. Who liar than a man?
Woman. When I get catch.
No, we're skiller than them. We're skiller than them, without a doubt.
Yeah, Terrell. But yeah. At the end of the day, me not gonna tell her say me not look. Well, I wasn't. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you that I haven't had. I haven't been there. You know, where it comes to the cheating part of. Where it comes to the cheating part of the relationship at the end of the day, but you know, you don't have to go outside. I handle it. You know, and I learned my lesson, and I'm like, yeah, this is my husband. So if it happens at the end of the day, then if it happens at the end, and it happened to enough people, you know. But luckily, I got out of that situation. So from then, for me, people want to be married, but for me, I'm like, marriage, I don't see nothing special about it.
Been there, done that.
To be in a situation where I can do what I want. I know so I can left you. So it's either you want to stay or you want to go. No paperwork now go hold me and you together. So you can say, all right, then she not left because we married. That's my wife. No. You don't have nothing over me. And I think that's a bigger challenge to see. All right, then we don't have nothing together. It's just me and you. Someone say, if you really want me, if you are going to leave, if you understand me? Because there's no reason why you need to stay here. You're not bounded by anything. You get me? Because people are walk out from people even with children.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I don't want marriage for me to define why I need to be in a relationship. I think it's more for me, it feels fresh for me all the time. I'm spontaneous, I'm not boring, you know. I'm not boring, but I get very bored and when certain things are repetitive. So I'll travel, you know. I'll just get up. I just do things on a whim. I just need it. I not plan because most of the time my plans don't work out. So I'll say, all right, then I'm going to breeze today. And I say, no, next month I'm going to breeze. Next month come, 3 days left for the month done. I'm still not planning. And then we just boom, buy me ticket. I'm gone. That's how I work. I just go when I need to go, you know? So that's how my life is as well. Not really planning in a stone when it comes to relationship, but I'm happy, I have fun, you know, and I just keep an open mind that at some point this can all fall apart. It has happened to many women, it has happened to many men, you know, special. You understand me? I'm not stressing myself over anything anymore, but you have to live an experience to get to that place. Me can't tell a younger person, say, listen, not do so and so, because when you talk to them, they don't listen. Just like me, somebody talked to me and I didn't listen as well. I learned, me have to learn. So now that I'm at this point where I know that I can depend on me, anything that I want, I can go and get it for myself. And, you know, you just live. What you gonna do? You just live. Me not try to kill myself and maga down for no boy. Because when they're out there and them and their woman, they say me I'm lobster down there. So I don't got else
and then you stress.
Fly you know, you're dead here with a down and with a way and stuff like that. Them are gonna know, say, listen, at the end of the day, Shauna independent and was if I go so she go so. She not really, me not make nothing bother me again. I just do and try to live a stress-free life, because I realize that stress is what kills a lot of people, male and female, you know? So, you know, you just live and you learn.
Quite so, experience teaches wisdom.
Yeah.
What is there one thing about Suhvay that you would like people to know about you?
Nothing that I've already said already. I'm down to earth. You know, I'm approachable and I'm feisty. Me never say that. I'm feisty. Feisty bad.
Tasty. Mm-hmm.
Very feisty. But very feisty. So sometimes people say that I don't talk and then they'll be like, where did that come from? You know, we don't just wait for you
You surprise them. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, otherwise, you know, I just stay in my corner and just do me, you know?
Yeah. In closing, what can we look next? What can we look forward to from Suhvay in the coming years?
Well, since Miss Cleo, I don't know what's gonna come up. I don't know what's
Whoa, Miss Cleo retired.
Yeah, coming up. I don't know about the future.
Mm-hmm.
For now, I'm still promoting my EP, High Energy. Right now, we're pushing the single, Rare Diamond. That's the single we're pushing, the second single, because the first single was High Energy. And the second single is Rare Diamond. We are pushing it in Europe. We're, you know, just promoting the hell out of it. And that's another thing I want people to understand, that you have a song, but if you feel like you don't get a full promotion, keep promoting, because Portugal was one of the places that I had the highest listeners from Spotify, and I was very surprised. I'm like, when we reach over this up, you know, so people might not know, a lot of people might not know me in Jamaica. People might still not know me in many parts of the world. Some do. So you always have to keep promoting your song. Once you believe in it, just keep promoting. You have to keep promoting till you get the full potential. You just ride the wheels until them fall off. And then when you know so that is it, then that is it. You understand?
Yeah.
But right now, like I said, we're promoting the Rare Diamond song and it will push. I have other projects coming up, but the EP hasn't gotten a full promotion yet, so that is still a work on. There are songs on there that everybody loves something else, so you know, we're just working it. We're just working it and putting in the work every hour, every day, and every time we can.
Every hour on the hour. All right, Suhvay, I want to thank you for clearing your schedule today to have a conversation with me on the Debbion Newman project. You know the thing already, we're in charge. So if there's a part 2, 3, 4, 5, and you want to chop it up, then we can chop it up. If you have something to talk about, promote, whatever, the platform is always here. And big up to MC Nuffy. If it wasn't for Nuffy, I wouldn't know you, and I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So
thank you
respect.
So big up Nuffy.
Big up Nuffy every time. All right, mama. One love.
Thanks for having me.
No problem. Take care of yourself.
Bless up.
All right.
If you've made it this far, that really only means that we're at the end of another conversation. But just before you roll into the next episode, it's time for you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Catch you on the next episode.